All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wiz channel, my channel. Just a quick update on the fasting. Kind of hard to remember when you're already over and done with. But yeah, it kind of ended early. Kind of figured. I have my shake over here. Honestly, yeah, this is all I really have eaten. I've had a handful of chickpeas every once in a while. And I had a eyeball-sized peach after work. Nothing crazy. Maybe a handful of Chex Mix that somebody gave me. Guys, I don't know. Essentially, listen, it's not necessarily about my fasting, and I want to go over this just so nobody just ups and turns off the video, and I'm sure it already has happened, but it goes with saying that, I don't know, I just got caught up in that crappy transitional. However, I just want to talk about fasting for a second, I think. Now, personally, I feel I have a pretty good diet. Very subjective. I have never even gotten my blood work. So, knowledge is power, folks. I am only going by the feeling of my body, and feelings can be extremely misleading. They might be correct, but they might mislead your sometimes. It's just the way it is. Feelings do not cooperate with the way the brain works, right? The feelings and the thoughts that you have are two different things, even though they're very much related. When I went into the idea of fasting right before the Sober October, which is kind of the purpose, the sobriety always takes place. It's always October, and then some. Like I've done other sober times. I purposefully take these times to practice being, I don't want to just say disciplined, but maybe so-called getting used to discomfort. I heard a really good podcast today. Forgot the lady's name. It was a Tom Bilyeu. If you want to go by date, I think he uploaded it today on Impact Theory. Today being September 29th. So they just went over how to make, it was really interesting because it came up today on my second day of fasting. Obviously, a lot has been going on in my head. I don't want to. Guys, it wasn't really hunger. Like, I think there's a difference. And this is two different feelings that I have. When I supposedly feel hungry, right? Two different feelings are one from the past day or two, and another from, I'm not sure how to compare this, but another from what it feels like is like my stomach eating itself. I know a lot of you may have that idea as well, might have that feeling where it's at some point, like when you're really hungry, almost to the point where you pass hunger, right? I'm sorry, that's just annoying. The line looks really bad, just a bad background. Don't focus on the background. But when you pass that level of hunger, it's like, it almost feels like your body starts to eat itself. That's because it is. Pretty sure. I'm no scientist. But essentially, when you don't have any food in your body to burn, and I know that's a very gray statement, we always have reserves, but our reserve is our body, right? The body will tap into your muscular system. The body will tap into adipose tissues and extra fat, right, to utilize for energy. It's shitty energy, but it's what I like to call short-term pleasure that you've built up over time. Lots of cheeseburgers and fries, and a lot of consumerism, so to speak. But essentially, I like practicing fasting, especially before something like practicing sobriety. So it was good because I felt that I was able to take control of an addiction, of a drug addiction. I know, I don't like to call it an addiction. Of a coping mechanism in which I would use alcohol or cannabis to just cope throughout the day. It's that simple. So if I go off something like food, something actually needed, something that needs to be consumed by the body, it completely erased every thought and any thought about alcohol, cannabis, anything. When your soul, when your body lacks nutrition, that's what your brain is going to go to. That's what your sole purpose is going for. Food. I think it's a really good way to help wean off drugs or wean off anything, right? Quit eating food for 24 hours. And I think I just had my shake. I think I'm at like 40 to 45. Nothing crazy. I like a 36-hour fast. I really do. And I might start incorporating them a lot more frequently. I'm saying like once a month, do a 36-hour fast once a month, maybe twice. Those are big. It would be helpful if I would get there to once a week, 36-hour fast, once a week, one shake during that week. I could not think of many other beneficial ways. I put my shake on a pedestal. I put fasting on a pedestal, but the food you eat should be clean. Like, I snack, I get it. I eat snacks. I'm chips and jelly bellies for days, people. Simple. We all have ours. But I'm a little different. Why? Because I do eat kind of properly. I mitigate. I make sure that I supplement the good with the bad, right? The bad doesn't come till afterwards. And the more bad I know I'm consuming, and I will feel it. I will feel it in the morning. I will feel it in the evening if I eat too many jelly bellies. Oh, yeah. So that's when I know to make a shake or just make a veggie frackin' meal. A meal full of veggies. It's just it, guys. Like, how undisciplined can we get? I don't like talking like this because it seems hypocritical, because I know everything that I point out on others I've already done or do. Most of us do. It really is that sort of remove the log out of your eye before whatever the Bible verse is, before talking to someone else about what they shouldn't be doing, right? But yeah, like, I don't want to be a hypocrite or anything, but we're consumers, people. I'm a consumer. I certainly consume probably more than I save. I'm on the bottom end of this whole societal totem pole here. I'm not in the... Guys, I'm in the basement. I'm in the basement of a house, not one of which that I own. So I'm not ahead. I don't want to say I'm healthier, because people with that's a stupid statement. People with an actual you know, Elon Musk may not be, bodily healthy. Probably is. He's pretty smart. But he's not like really lean or anything. Pretty sure pretty sure he's up there. I'm not healthier than anybody else. Health is subjective. It doesn't just have to be with the body. But it goes without saying. I mean, you can. Health is a visual thing, more or less. Elon Musk may not look really healthy, but he speaks as if he knows what he's talking about, which means your brain, which is connected to your body, must be doing something right. Healthy. Weird one, sorry. Fasting. I want to make sure I hit as many points as I wanted to. I know it didn't last as long, and I don't want to say that it's a failure. 3 days. I don't like to teach. I don't like to tell you what to do, right? Your job is to figure out how far you can go. 3 days is moderately well for me. I don't think I've ever done fasting while working my 9 to 5. It was good when I could take my mind off things. That was the first day, which was easy. Second day was a little bit harder. The thing was, it's not really about the fast. It's not really about fasting food. The fasting of the food, I came up with the idea simply because I wanted to prepare my brain for the breaking of the other bad habits, right? Going sober. And I felt as if I could manage a 3-day fast, I could manage 30 days of sobriety. Lo and behold, I didn't finish it, but I'm pretty sure, I'm still confident that I will be able to manage a 30-day sober month. However, why I ate. I honestly made the decision earlier in the day, which I didn't like. Like, I justified it to myself all day today. And once I heard the podcast, it was kind of confirmed. Literally, it was how to turn your habits into worthy successes. Something like along those lines, literally. How to turn bad habits into good successes, right? Like something like that. Once I heard it, I was like, well, it was really apparent that, you can consider eating a habit, right? You do it all the time. You have to do it every day. What you eat is what may be considered, in your own mind, good or bad. Your body will tell you that. And what I'm kind of realizing is that I'm probably a little more healthy than I give myself credit for. I do say that I think my energy levels purely run off of my food consumption. I know it may be questionable for you, but other than food, we do have ways of replenishing the body. Sleep is a great way to replenish and recover the body. Your hormones, if those are where they need to be, you can go very far on hormonal energy. This is where your instincts are primed. Like, your hormones will kick in when shit needs to get done, when you need to do things, when I think that's just how it works. Food is like third dairy. Third dairy, right? Honestly, man, exercise is more like a bonus for the body, I feel. It is absolutely, quote unquote, necessary. But I think people can get by. Humans today can get by on very little movement because we've been programmed. And when I say programmed, I mean genetically adapted over time. Sitting in the cars, sitting at the desks, sitting. That factors itself into the genetic way that life works to where you don't need to use your hormonal system. You don't need an amazing diet to run your movementless life. So ipso facto, we can all eat crappily and work. Anyway, I feel good. I'm honestly not hungry. I'm not really hungry. I had half a shake, 400 or 500 calories maybe. Add another 2 or 3 for chickpeas. I'm certainly in a caloric deficit, but I don't feel hungry right now. I'm not starving. And I kind of like this feeling. I kind of do. I kind of like knowing that I don't have to eat if I don't want to. I like the feeling, right? I like the feeling. Knowing that I don't have to eat right now. I mean, I want to. I have a whole bag of Jelly Bellies right upstairs. But they'll stay upstairs. Discipline, dedication, commitment. Live expressively and fast hard.